Ubisoft still has a very ambitious plan for the Assassin's Creed franchise, as they created a new subsidiary studio, Vantage Studios, with Tencent, that now owns Far Cry, Assassin's Creed and Rainbow Six. Now Ubisoft still maintains exclusive control and consolidation of Vantage Studios, Tencent owning a 25%. After some reshufflings in 2025 which caused a small delay to Assassin's Creed Shadows, the Assassin's Creed plan going forward from 2026 is quite huge. Let's start off with Assassin's Creed Shadows very quickly, as the game will continually get some crossover content just like its recent Attack on Titan crossover event, and will likely gain another expansion in 2026. The game will also be coming to Nintendo Switch in December and will likely get even more content in 2026. But what's coming next? Well, we are going to be getting Assassin's Creed Jade, which is a mobile title but still an open world RPG set in China, and the mobile experience will bring the franchise to smartphones, expanding the audience and testing whether the brand can successfully translate to the platform that reaches the most players worldwide. Now this game is being developed by a subsidiary of Tencent called Level Infinite. The game was actually supposed to be released in 2024 and then delayed to 2025, and now it seems it's been delayed again to 2026 because developer Level Infinite has been moved to other projects. The game isn't cancelled and it's still in development. It does seem before the Ubisoft and Tencent deal, the reason why Level Infinite was then put onto different projects and moved away from this Assassin's Creed game is because they no longer had seen Assassin's Creed Jade as a priority, moved on to projects that they had deemed more profitable in the long term. However, since then we've had this new partnership between Ubisoft and Tencent, where Tencent now owns 25% of Vantage Studios, and it's more than likely now that we will be seeing Assassin's Creed Jade, and it will be getting a big marketing push in 2026. Now the next game is of course Project Obsidian, which is known as Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake, which has been getting a lot of details so far. We know that the game is coming before March 31st of 2026, and Ubisoft has a March 23rd release date scheduled for an unknown game, which is likely going to be the release date of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake. And according to the leaks, this game isn't just a simple remaster, it's a reimagining that makes significant changes to the original formula. The remake will reportedly remove the modern day sequences entirely, replacing them with several hours of extra content set during Edward Kenway's pirate era. Gameplay is shifting closer to the RPG style of newer AC game, with loot systems, gear stats for Edward, and inventory management. Combat will also lean toward RPG mechanics rather than the choreographed counter-based system of the original. Now, one of the most exciting changes is that there's going to be no loading screens when moving between ship and land, and islands will be packed with more activities and side content, and the remake is also expected to include cut content from the original 2013 release, including parts of Mary Reed's storyline that would drop during development. To manage costs, Ubisoft is reusing some assets of Skull and Bones. Those sources say it won't be obvious to players. This isn't a big budget remake on the level of Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2, but rather a faithful reimagining with modern updates, and it's not long till we get our hands on this game. Ubisoft is also working on Assassin's Creed Codename Invictus, which is going to be a 16-player online Assassin's Creed game inspired by Fall Guys. This multiplayer experiment represents Ubisoft testing whether AC can work in a competitive party game format, and if Invictus meets internal expectation, there's already a 5-year support plan penciled in for updates and content. It's a bold, unconventional move that could either reinvigorate the brand with a new audience or fall flat, but Ubisoft is clearly willing to take that risk. According to a leak, 2 confirmed characters for this game is Ezio and Cesar Borgia, and the gameplay will be very arcadey, with hits without real impact and even a bubble shield like in Smash Bros. The maps will also be portions from old games, will also be Baghdad, Japan from Shadows, map in a paradise island probably in Black Flag, and Pompeii with rising lava. Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming did say that the game will be coming in 2025, but of course due to major reshufflings at Ubisoft due to the new subsidiary, it's likely going to be released in 2026. The next Assassin's Creed game in development is called Assassin's Creed Hexe, which will feature witch trials and supernatural horror. Now, Hexe, originally codenamed as Neo, and Hexe is still a working title, is scheduled to release after Shadow's support cycle ends. Shadows is planned to have around 2 years of post-launch DLC support. Hexe represents something genuinely different for the franchise, a dark supernatural AC title set during the witch trials in the 16th century Germany. According to Insider Gaming's exclusive details, Hexe will be a linear experience with some open world exploration elements, reminiscent of earlier Assassin's Creed games rather than the sprawling RPGs of recent years. Players will control a single female protagonist named Elsa who possesses supernatural abilities ability. Footage shown internally depicts abilities like possession. In one scene, Elsa possesses a cat to distract German soldiers pursuing her through dark, gloomy cobbled streets. The fear system from Assassin's Creed Syndicate's Jack the Ripper DLC is set to return in some capacity. Adding psychological horror elements to the gameplay, the overall tone appears significantly darker and more atmospheric than any AC game to date. Hexe is planned to have a 1 year of DLC support following launch. Then in the pipeline we have Assassin's Creed Codename Scarlet, which is seemingly going to be the next big flagship RPG after Hexe and will release after Hexe's support cycle ends, which is approximately 1 year later. Details remain scarce, but the project has been greenlit and entered production. Speculation suggests that Scarlet may be Assassin's Creed Nebula, a rumored game that spans 3 different historical settings: India, the Mediterranean, and the Aztec Empire. If true, this would be the most geographically ambitious AC game yet, potentially featuring 3 distinct maps and storylines within a single game. We then have Assassin's Creed Stardust, which is going to be Ubisoft's second remake in development and will enter production following Obsidian's release, which is Assassin's Creed Black Flag, next year. The target game hasn't been confirmed, but many fans are hoping and speculating that this could be an Assassin's Creed 1 remake. The original game, while revolutionary for its time, it has aged poorly compared to its successors. Now, a modern remake could finally deliver on the potential of Altair's story with contemporary design sensibility. As this is something that they are already doing with a masterpiece like Black Flag, it's very clear that they won't just remake Assassin's Creed 1 and change nothing. It's likely that they are going to try and restructure the game, make it a lot more fun for modern audiences. We then have Assassin's Creed Project Emerald, which will launch shortly after Stardust within a couple of months and represent another multiplayer experiment. Like Invictus, if Emerald releases and meets internal expectations, there's at least a 5-year support plan ready to go. This could be the PvE game previously under the name Codename Raid, or the multiplayer project known as Echoes. It appears at least one of those titles has been cancelled and Emerald may be what survived. And originally, if we look at a successful game like Arc Raiders, it was originally going to be a PvE game, but the developers added PvP to it also, and now it's one of the most successful games on the market. And judging by Ubisoft's past traditions, it normally tries to replicate very successful games, so it's very possible that Project Emerald could also add PvPvE elements to make the game more in line with something like Arc Raiders, but that's just my own personal speculation. We then have what's known as Assassin's Creed RPG 3, which is going to be the third major RPG which doesn't have a codename assigned to it. It also doesn't have a developer or any confirmed settings yet, but it's penciled in to release after Scarlet's 2 years of post-launch support. This represents Ubisoft's commitment to maintaining the traditional AC RPG experience even as they experiment with other formats. And then we have Assassin's Creed Remake 3. Third remake also lacks a codename, developer assignment, or confirmed target game. It is scheduled to release approximately 1 year after RPG 3. Whether this will be another classic AC title or a more recent entry, something entirely unexpected, remains unknown. We also have the Netflix factor, where Netflix is now producing a live action Assassin's Creed series which recently just got an update, as the show has casted Toby Wallace to co-lead, and he will be of course a series regular. According to a report from Deadline, the filming will occur in Italy, which may serve as the main setting. Also, there was a Netflix Assassin's Creed game that was originally codenamed Mask, has likely been cancelled at this point. This would have been represented yet as another experimental direction for the franchise, but it appears to have fallen victim to the reshuffling and timeline adjustments following Shadow's delay and the Tencent partnership. But it's very likely that once the Assassin's Creed Netflix series is live, there's likely going to be some crossover content with whatever the latest game at the time is going to be. But those are some huge plans for Assassin's Creed by Ubisoft, and under Vantage Studios, the Assassin's Creed franchise will get some more focus and will perhaps expand even further with even more new projects, as it's likely that 2026 we will get even more updates about what's going on behind the scenes with Assassin's Creed, as there is so much projects coming, and I'll keep you updated on this channel. Go ahead and check out the pipeline videos for Insomniac Games, Fallout series, Elder Scrolls, and much more. I'll leave them in the description and pinned comment section below, and I'm also going to be breaking down each Assassin's Creed game on the channel too, as well as any other new updates for the Assassin's Creed games or series. And guys, I wanted to announce the Witch Hunt collection, which is going to be the first collection that will be available on the Balboa Club store when it launches. This specific collection is inspired by the Witcher series and the dark fantasy genre. This is a brand that I've really wanted to make for a long time. I didn't just want to make merch, but I wanted to make something special. Something that mixes the really cool designs of the wrestling world with the things that we love the most, video games. And of course, the first design had to be inspired by my favorite game of all time, The Witcher 3. So this is something special that I've created for you. I want you to join the club, and I will announce when the store is about to launch through this channel. Now we're even going to TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and join the Balboa Club today. Bye bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.